This podcast contains mature language. Listener discretion is advised.
House of Crit presents The Lost Mine of Phandelver, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure podcast. Chapter 24. The Spider's Web. You come back, seeing your packs are missing. What do you three do?
Our packs are missing.
I don't have any bags.
No, but in all seriousness, so there's in the area that we just left them. They're no longer there. That's it. Like it's just an empty spot.
Mm-hmm.
But Gundren's okay.
Gundren is still in his kind of makeshift accommodations.
And I think I was kind of hurt, right?
You guys were a little banged up, yeah.
Is Gundren awake or is he still passed out?
He is still comatose.
I can't think right now, so...
Well, I don't know if this is related, but I had a conversation with the drow that appeared right before the big guys.
Oh, what?
He's like dark purplish skin. Came out of fucking nowhere, and I just couldn't stop talking.
Was this during the Skywater?
That was the other day.
So by him describing that he couldn't just stop talking, would I know what kind of, if some kind of spell would have been?
Well, no, I know because I was charmed. I know that it was charmed.
Okay, so you were.
So
Yeah, he's aware, but you can make an Arcana check to see if you know exactly what would have caused this.
So do you think, Angus,
16?
that it was him who took
It sounds
our
like a
packs?
charm spell of some type.
it's the only thing that makes sense. He literally appeared.
He was compulsed to talk.
And then he disappeared. He's
Now, when you say he appeared and disappeared, like actually vanish, or you turned around and he was gone?
No, I mean he was. I don't remember. I think I did turn around and then he was gone.
Okay, seems like some type of sorcerer.
I mean he was not aggressive.
necessarily.
He didn't seem menacing at all. I mean he looked just like he was wandering.
What did he want?
He wanted to know about where we were going, where we've been. It was just idle chit chat, and then he mentioned a map.
Well, thank God he didn't talk to Val.
Well, yeah, right. Because he'd know that we're looking for his brother.
Everything, all of it.
I am actually gonna chuckle.
But I mean, he wanted to know about the map. I mean, I told him I didn't know where it was because I don't know where it was.
Right.
And then the big guys came through, and then now all of our stuff is gone. So if he can disappear and reappear, I would have to assume that this is the guy that
I wonder if they're
took our
connected,
stuff.
because how would they have known to just come directly to this spot amongst all of the woods that we're surrounded by?
And we really don't have the best luck at meeting new things.
True.
We're kind of a mob magnet, if you will.
Well, as of right now, there's really nothing we can do in the moment unless we stumble upon this vanishing creature.
Yeah.
You guys want to kind of...
All of our stuff is gone.
I know.
We have to get to Phandelver as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Val, you're the most familiar with the lands. You've been here the longest. Do you remember... Obviously, we need to head south. But do you remember...
Or was it east?
It was... south.
Let's see how good at note-taking we are.
No, come on, don't do that to me.
Middle of the night, lost in the woods.
Location, I guess,
We're going southeast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says so right there.
Yes, you were traveling southeast towards Phandelver.
We were. I do remember that.
You
So-
guys might as well just finish the long rest.
What time about is it, Paul?
You get the sense, since it's
Roughly.
still in Angus's watch, that it's maybe 3, 4 in the morning. It's still pitch black out. The only light that you have right now is the campfire that's starting to burn low.
Okay.
Would,
Should we finish our rest?
would this interrupt the 8 hours straight or like a long rest? I'm just
You guys
thinking,
haven't
that's fair.
finished your rest.
We have
yet.
to take it back on.
Which is what I'm saying. Would it reset? Will we have to actually rest for another 8 hours?
Well, the encounter probably took, what, a half hour maybe?
I'm just trying to be fair, you know?
Yeah, the way that we've been,
I feel my allergies
running
coming on.
this,
Shut up!
if you guys finished your rest, you would be okay.
Okay.
You guys don't want me as your DM again.
No.
It's like, oh, you forgot to sleep again?
Oh no, that's for the next campaign.
Alright, so... I'm a little tired. Maybe we should finish
Let's-
this in the morning.
Let's gather around Gundrain and rest here so we can, just in case anything does happen.
I mean, he could have kidnapped him. He didn't have to take my stuff.
He doesn't need it. He already got all the information he needed from
Are you
from
gonna trade
Gundrain as best
Gundrain?
as possible.
For your pack.
But for my smithing supplies, absolutely.
Good to know.
We lost almost everything. We only have a handful of coin.
I still have my bow
I don't
staff.
have anything. Well, all my stuff was in my packs. I mean, I have my armor, which I have on, and I have my weapons. That's it.
We have 50 gold pieces
Well, that's all I need.
to replenish and everything to get back on the road afterwards. Maybe we could talk to the people in Phandelver. See if we can get any other resources.
I remember being asleep, so I'm just gonna kind of go stretch back out onto
Being
my.
asleep.
I remember being woken up to fight these things, and I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna climb back into my tree branch.
Yeah, so Meilin kind of hoofs himself back up into his
While they're
resting
complaining
position.
about their worldly possessions, that's kind of.
I'm actually.
gonna go back to sleep.
Val's gonna be thinking about how close he was to the Dark Spider. To the only person that actually.
Well, also you lost your brother's tail in hand.
I lost everything. His hand.
The tail
hand.
was
The tail
The
was
tail's
left.
left.
And
That's right. The tail I forgot.
The,
was
the, the tail's kind of a rotting mess at
the
that
tail
point.
was used for foolery.
I'm just gonna step away a little bit from the group.
Mhm.
Excuse myself and I'm just gonna like fucking punch the ground. Like, be so pissed that this guy just got away so easily. Nobody noticed. And do I remember now thinking about it that maybe I was that feeling that I got that I resisted was also him attempting to charm me.
This would be make another Arcana check for me.
That's 12.
Well, you're not sure, but it makes sense. Like you connect the dots in your head. You don't have any proof of this, but on conjecture, it sounds reasonable that that's what happened.
So how long would have the Dark Spider been watching us then? Because I took before like a watch, it was quite a few hours now.
Mm-hmm. He would have had to have been watching you all for many hours.
So as soon as I realized that, I'm like, shit, we're too exposed here.
Well, now that he knew everything, I mean, he probably been watching us for days. To be honest.
He must have saw our clanky traps.
How do we not notice somebody watching for so long?
Well,
Can-
if he can move around invisible, we really have only been looking for traps. And if somebody's coming from behind us. But we're not actively searching for some invisible foe that's not there.
Because we didn't know. I mean, we gotta assume that he's not the only one that can use that ability like that.
No, I think that's safe to say. I think when we wake up, I think we need to, I would say, if we can, double time it back to the city and let everybody know what's going on, especially Silder. That way he can contact the proper channels to make sure that if he needs us to go find this guy.
You say he was only interested in the maps.
I mean, that's the only thing I can really recall him asking, like, intently about. He asked me if we had one. I said I've looked at one. And he asked if I knew where it was, and I didn't know where you put it.
What is he still looking for, though? Apparently, he already knows the location of the cave.
If not, he does now.
I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult if Radolf already knew it, too. Like, it's not common knowledge, but some people are...
Well, Radolf also turns
had
into a
Gundren.
bird and
He had-
flies around.
We found Gundren's map on him while on location, so whatever was on that map must have already been...
Unless he hasn't made it to the Black Spider yet. If they were waiting for him to come to the castle.
Like us killing the messenger, maybe? That guy that was
Yeah,
escaping?
I think that we took out the middleman.
We took out more than the middle. Let's go rest. Let's just finish our rest and move on as
But I think
quickly
that
as possible.
we need to get back in town as quickly as possible. Because I think that now our situation is a lot more dire than we would like to believe.
Agree. I'm just gonna go rest right next to Gundren again.
Okay. So you bed down for the night.
I'm going to take the axe and I'm going to slam it right into a tree and just leave it there for right now.
You,
Goes right
as you start to drift off, you hear this. One eye open. You look over and you see Angus just storming away from a tree. His axe is buried all the way to the shaft inside of the trunk of the tree, and he's just angrily staring off into the darkness.
Doesn't it do like double damage?
Yeah, it went.
To
It
trees.
goes in, no problem.
It does.
So he went like
It
this.
does max damage.
Max damage.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Max damage. That's fine.
But in time, Val, sleep finds you uneasily. Let it find you. Angus, go ahead and give me one more perception check for the rest of your watch.
For good time's sake.
12.
12. The woods.
Turn invisible.
We're not in the woods.
I was going to say, the woods are basically invisible
now.
60 feet away from you in
Yeah.
the darkness. But
It's a level of the Mad Mage.
Yeah. You've been transported.
You're not blind. It's
you
just
hear
dark.
the ambient nighttime sounds of the woods return, the occasional hooting of an owl. Every once in a while you hear kind of a soft rustling motion. And as you peer into the darkness, you see the occasional small deer and one rustling that's a little closer to you. For comfort, you quickly turn, look around, you see a little armadillo just kind of digging away at the base of one of the trees. Other than that, you wait, you watch. Slowly the eastern horizon goes from black to deep, deep blue. Slowly the dawn comes.
Hooray. I walk over and I wake up my companions.
Okay, you guys do successfully complete your long rest.
Yeah.
You are at full hit points. You are at max spell slots. If you spent
Good.
any hit dice, you recover half of them.
I didn't. So we're good.
Okay.
Putting
Gotta
back in
take
all my
damage.
spell slots.
It is now morning time. What do you three do?
What time, roughly? Like
Roughly
bright early,
6,
or
7 in the morning. It's bright enough to see.
okay.
The
We can
dew in the morning is just now starting to fade off of the undergrowth here.
We can see which way the sun is kind of rising, coming.
Yeah,
up.
the sun has cracked the horizon.
So we have an idea of where we need to go, roughly.
Roughly.
Yeah.
There's no
Due
roads here.
southeast-ish.
You are literally in the middle of the
Yeah.
woods.
Well,
but
again, I
yes,
only have the sun, so that's what we have to use.
Is the ogre body still there?
the bodies are still there.
Is there, now that it's daylight, can I recheck to see if I can see any identifying like emblems or anything like that?
Sure. Go ahead. Give me one more investigation check now with better light conditions.
That would be investigation.
Mm-hmm.
12.
12. It's very, very faint. It was very easy to realize how you would have missed it in the dark. But now that you have much brighter light to see, you see a kind of scarring pattern on one of the ogres, right on the sternum, that is roughly this shape.
Oh, it's another mountain.
Okay. And it's the second time we see this.
Yes, the first time being on the brick that Cost had at his dig site.
So I immediately tell, it's like, hey guys, take a look at this. It's the same thing as the brick that
Is it a scar or is it a brand?
It looks like a scar.
So
We have no idea what symbol this upside down.
no, but we're gonna ask Silder. Maybe we can get access once we get to a city to a library or something. See if we can research that.
How well was it put on him? Does it look like he did it himself or someone else did it to him?
Go ahead, give me a medicine check, actually.
Good question.
Medicine, 15.
A 15. The scarring looks like the lines on it look straight and level. Looking at the size of the ogre's fingers and the detail that it would have taken to do this, you surmise somebody had to do
That's what I was
to
thinking, because there's no way he was probably going to be like surgical and precise, making it look nice. It would have looked horrible.
Looked like somebody had to have some sort of artistry skill to
So
do
this was very intentional, and they've been marked.
Yeah, and it's been healed over some time ago. It's not a faded scar, but it doesn't look recent at all.
So it's a group that's been.
It's only on one of them, or is it on both?
It's only on one of them.
So it's a group that they've been part of this group for quite a long time. Then.
Well, at least that one has.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if he was like a leader. Or what have you. That's why he has the mark on him.
And I don't. Do I know anything about this? Because during my monk order, we studied a crap ton of the beings, entities, stuff like that to fight against.
I will tell you, it's theoretically possible. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Damn. 16?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea. You've never seen this before.
I have +0 to religion.
This would have.
How is a monk with a +0?
The DC on that must have been ridiculous.
Pick the
DC was 25.
Oh, geez, yeah, okay. Well, because the thing is like, part of my backstory is that we spent a crap load of time studying how to fight tons of different beings. Not so much of
You have
religions and
no
things like
idea
that
what
so
this
much,
is.
but like what the heck could have been, yeah.
You
Okay.
have no earthly idea.
We need to get to Silder. We need to do it fast now.
I go over and check on Gundren. Is he still alive?
Go ahead, you give me a medicine check.
It's cocked. That is a 17.
17. He does not seem, once again, to be in any imminent danger. He just seems comatose, but reasonably healthy. With the care that you guys have administered to him between the healing potions and the heals that you'd given previously, his body is mending. The bruises are incrementally getting smaller. The color is
He just
improving.
hasn't woken up yet.
But he's still very out.
How's he doing?
I mean, he seems to be getting physically better, but he's not waking up.
At least he's breathing.
This is more than the medical attention that I can give him. Would I believe that it would be okay to double, I guess, double move, or move like double time to get him back to the city without causing him to die?
He seems stable enough that the jostling of being carried probably shouldn't hurt him, but you get the sense that like dragging him across the ground might not be the best idea.
Well, I don't want drag his head clinking on every rock and shrub.
In game, I know this obviously because I'm staring right at him. But how big is he? Like
Gundren?
Yeah.
Gundren is about 4.5 feet tall.
I
He
thought he
seems
was
to
a
weigh
bit.
about
A lot-
250.
a lot
Well,
less.
he's a little
little
less than that. He only because his skin has kind of
Right.
a shallow look
So
to him, but
he's
he's
stout.
sturdy. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
You know, he's compact. He's like a beer keg in human form. I mean, that's dwarf.
True.
I mean, that's fair.
I think there's somebody in Phandelver that might be able to help him more than we can. Sister Gariel.
Yeah.
No. I think that if we pick up our pace, I think he'll be okay. If it seems to be getting too much for him, then we'll slow down, but we need to get the hell out of here.
Scout a little bit ahead.
I was
Straight direction. You and I. Let's pick it up.
Okay. So two of you guys are kind of holding both ends.
Yes.
Okay.
And right before, one quick look. We don't see our backpacks or anything like strewn around, or maybe.
Give me a perception check.
And I'm gonna tell before we leave, take a look to see if we can identify if there's any strange footprints. Well, look to see if we got anything left from last night.
And you give me a survival check.
I'll look in the trees in case they
See perception.
hid them in the trees.
You can give me. Are you going up into the trees or just
No,
kind of scanning?
looking to see because if they're looking around the campsite and stuff, I want to look like where they're
Perception check.
at.
And what did you want me to roll?
Perception.
Modify 20 for survival.
Okay.
13.
21.
You find here and there a set of prints that match up with where your visitor had sat down next to the fire. And it does go a ways into the woods. You trace it only because it seems to have moved to a position where it was able to watch the fight that the three of you had with the ogres. But after some time, you lose it in the brush.
Okay. While I'm doing that, I go over and I retrieve my axe.
Okay. While he's doing that, your perception, Val?
13.
13? You don't find any evidence of your packs at all.
Okay.
21.
21. The trees here are very, very thick. Only because you spend a lot of time kind of elevating higher positions for maneuverability, it occurs to you that it wouldn't be terribly difficult for somebody to use the trees to maneuver to avoid the ground if needed.
All right, let's move out.
Interesting. But I don't see any like broken, snapped branches that shouldn't be.
Nothing jumps out at you.
Okay.
Given my strength, I'm trying to figure out how we can get out of here as quick as possible. Would I be able to wrap up Gundren? Kind of like,
We have them already wrapped in.
right, but I want to see if I can wrap him up a little bit more and then
Mhm.
wrap it around me like a sash, like he would be piggybacking on me.
Mhm.
So that way both of us
Like a
aren't tied
Baby
up.
Bjorn.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're called, I think.
Yeah, it's this shouldn't be too terribly difficult to.
Because my
to
strength
engineer
is a 20,
a 20. Yeah,
so I
now
want to be able to make sure that I wouldn't have to.
since you're not carrying any additional weight or equipment.
Wow,
Yes.
salt in the wound.
Since you don't have any brewer's kits or.
Well, the thing is,
kits,
if you did have a traveling pack on
Of course.
and fully loaded,
But since you
for
don't.
bear, but since you don't, it is very doable for you.
That was good. That was a good deal.
Being able to secure that, you guys could travel at a fast pace, as opposed to a normal or slow pace.
So what I want to do then in that case is, since I have a quicker distance and I'm not carrying a bunch of stuff, I want to do like a 30 feet up ahead of them and then come back like 15 so that they can see the path. Because again, there's really not a path.
Yeah, you
right?
dart. You're
I don't
darting.
wanna lose
You want to
them.
dart ahead and then
Dart ahead,
wait, and then dart
Come
ahead
back.
and wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you'll be navigating them.
Yeah, I'll be navigating, heading kind of towards again the southeastern direction we think it should be going based on the sun and
Okay.
where we're at.
Then I need a survival check from you,
Okay.
since you're the one picking the direction here.
So, 14.
14. Okay, and you guys you're focused on hauling Gundren. You're keeping an eye out? Okay, you go ahead and give me a perception check.
13.
13?
I gotta stop doing that.
Alright, so running ahead, you dart through the trees.
As much as I can, there's not really a path, right?
There is not a path, but you keep trying to reach as elevated a position as you can. The hills here are rolling a bit. You keep checking the position of the sun over the next few hours. You dart ahead a little bit, wait for them to catch up.
I can, okay. I was
No,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
can I get I want to get a vantage point up ahead on one of the trees. I can jump from ground up 15 feet with my
Step of the wind?
step of the wind.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see if like there's a branch up there that I knew would give me a vantage point to make sure we're going the right direction.
Go ahead. You want to climb like to the top of the tree to like take a look? Because you can spying around. Some of the trees are notably taller than the others. This is a mixed growth forest.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Go ahead. Give me an athletics check.
Sure.
He's like, okay.
12.
12. It takes a little bit. It costs you a key point, but you are able to maneuver your way up through the tree. You slip a couple times as you guys catch up. You see Meilin kind of scaling up a tree. You see him slip down one and kind of scurry back up. But you do break over the tree line, looking out, and you can now see the hills kind of continue to descend in the direction that you're heading in.
Okay.
And in the distance, you estimate maybe a day's worth of travel at this point, because you can see the faint smoke coming from chimneys.
Okay.
You can see what you're reasonably sure is Phandelver in the distance.
Okay.
Do you see it?
We're about a day's out. We're heading in this direction.
I can't see you, but okay. I trust you.
Yeah, come down and tell him that.
Okay. Yeah, you see the monk quickly scamper his way down the tree and then dart further into the woods.
It'd be funny if he slipped.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I just jump off.
You just jump off the top of the tree?
Yeah, I use slow fall. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
it's 5 times my my monk level.
Is slow fall
So-
like gentle?
Well, 5 times your monk level is 20 feet. I mean, the tree is notably taller than 20 feet.
I'm saying, like with my jumping ability, the step of the wind,
Mhm.
and then slow fall, I can use this as my action, which we're not in combat,
Mhm.
to reduce any fall damage that you take by the amount and equal to up to 5 times your monk
Okay, so
level.
you're jumping out of the tree?
Not completely out, but as I'm scaling
So
down,
just halfway. He's
let's
like,
say 20 feet up, which I mean I can jump 15 feet from the
just
ground.
come down normally.
Okay, I climb down.
Such a weird. Yeah, it's
No,
like,
you told me.
you already told it. That's what I'm saying.
And so, how much do you reduce the damage by?
Do I need a roll for
20.
it?
Yeah, because
By
reduced
20?
damage means
You
still
land
take
safely.
damage.
You
Okay.
normally would have taken 9 points of damage jumping halfway out of this tree.
Okay.
He's like, ha!
Yeah, he comes down,
Superhero landing?
superhero landing, and then he takes off running
And
through the trees.
As
Oh
I
my God,
jump,
that
no
would
one
be
hears
pretty-
it, but I say maximum effort as I jump out. I had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
You just said
fair.
superhero landing.
That's fair.
Maximum
I
effort
mean,
It's
fair.
You led me there.
on your left.
Maximum effort.
So you guys continue through most of the day.
Yeah.
Do you guys break midday, or do you guys just continue hoofing it?
We don't have supplies.
Yeah, it's not like we have any beef jerky left because someone stole it.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? So you guys continue at a fast pace or a regular pace? You guys have been moving at a fast pace.
Keep going.
I only have one piece.
40 feet.
Yeah, 40 feet at a time.
All right, we continue normal.
Okay.
Like fast.
All right. You travel through the afternoon. Again, the altitude's lessening a little bit, starting to level off, and the last light starts to fade through the trees, coming into evening here. Do you guys want to push through the night? You estimate you have maybe another half day's travel to return to Phandelver. Or do you want to...
So would that
camp
make
for the
us...
night?
If we did that, would it be exhausted, basically, by the time we get there?
It would... if you went without sleep, it would give you one level of exhaustion.
But in all honesty, we can sleep the whole next day after we report in.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. It's not
Well-
like we don't have an actual destination that we're just kind of wandering. We don't know where we're running into.
Yeah.
We're running directly into a city.
Would it be normal speed if we were doing that? Or, like, how would that work?
Even still, we would get exhaustion because we're not
A
sleeping.
half day, yeah.
Can you cast light on my sword as we move forward, so we can actually see through the night?
Yeah. You're on your sword or your shield?
Shield's bigger surface. Yeah, let's do it on the shield.
Alright.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you gotta pick one. I mean, I can keep tapping him like a giant strobe light.
Do it on my sword because it's easier to move. Since we're going through the forest.
Right. I walk up and I say, "Let there be light," and I bop his sword, and it glows blue because I don't want buggies coming at us.
Alright, so you now have bright light for 20 feet around you, and then another 20 feet past that is dim light, so you can see now 40 feet out reasonably well. Are you, now that the light is starting to disappear completely, are you keeping pace with them, or are you still running ahead in the dark?
No, I'm not running ahead anymore. I'm where they are
Okay.
because it is dark.
Yeah, you can see a little bit further past the light with your dark
I'm
vision.
like, I don't see a difference.
But yeah, by and large, it's more or less the same distance that you're seeing.
Yeah.
Go ahead now that it's dark and you don't have the sun to guide you. I need one more survival check from you at disadvantage.
From him.
Since he's the one who's been kind of navigating.
9.
9? Okay. So you guys start to kind of weave through the woods a bit, no longer on a direct path, doing your best to try to navigate through the terrain past rocks, sometimes the trees and the undergrowth bar your way a little bit. You start to have to circumvent a little bit more, unable to see far enough ahead to plan. Go ahead, each of you three, give me perception checks.
Before I roll, can I bring the Econite with us? Like, as soon as it fell into nightfall and I started doing that, can I have the Econite out?
Sure.
18.
19.
It's dark.
Show off.
4.
Oh my god.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah, it is.
I think we're at the ocean.
I can hear it.
It is extremely dark.
Thanks.
But you guys start to hear the occasional snapping of tree branches in the distance to your right.
Turn up the light.
Well, before I turn off the light, I'm gonna set Gundren down.
Okay.
I yell, "Who's there?"
No response.
Lights out.
All right.
I can see.
All right. So you two are now plunged into pitch blackness when he shuts off the light.
Yeah, but that's fine. He can see and let us know in case. Just cast
He
that
can
light.
see 60 feet.
I slowly
Yeah.
stand directly behind him.
Okay. So you kind of feel around for your position now.
So the way I can see it, if you do that, then the Gundren's on the floor. You're looking in the direction, and I'm on the other side looking. So it's 4 ways looking out, having the Econite, like
Well, I was
protecting.
going to say the Econite's not really looking, but
No, it's just protecting
And
Gundren, basically.
neither are we.
Yeah, we can't see, but we can hear.
All right, for argument's sake, before I shut off the light, I point over to the general direction of where I heard the sound, and then I shut the light off.
Okay. Facing the direction that you heard it in, you hear a few more branches snap a little bit closer. And then in the distance behind you, you hear another branch snap.
Nothing we can do now.
All right, so I reach over, I look over, and I whisper, like, cover your eyes for a second.
All right.
And then I'm tapping the shield when I cast light again, but this time I want it bright orange.
Okay.
I would love it.
So bright orange light now emanates off of Val's shield.
I want to say there's something behind us.
So
So I'm still looking in the
Okay,
first direction, like light. Guys, there's something behind us.
Okay.
now I'll go ahead and actually, now that I have the shield, put her on, take out, and I will shine like towards the direction he told me to.
Okay. So the
Right.
two of you make, actually all three of you, once again, make perception checks for me.
13.
Wow, today is 13.
13. Seriously. Not good.
How's the
13?
13?
Well,
Thank God it's not.
How's of average?
Jesus.
you hear the branches snap a few more times. This time closer. You still don't see anything. Whatever's out there moving is beyond the range of your light. But then you hear a voice call out in common. And it says, "Leave the dwarf."
Yeah.
Well, I can't leave myself, asshole. Come out where I can see you. I'm mad.
At the very edge of your vision,
Oh boy.
you see stepping out another drow. Not the one that you had the conversation
Oh,
with
not
the night
not
before.
Captain Friendly that stole all my shit.
This one
Captain Friendly.
wears a kind of metal guardsman cap, and you can see the faint shimmer of chain armor that he is wearing. And he's now 60 feet because he's right at the edge of your vision. He said, "The bundle you're carrying, leave it."
I don't think so.
What if I say no? Because no.
Then this will not go the way that you're hoping.
Hope you don't plan on stealing any more of my shit because it's already gone.
Am I seeing this interaction like behind me?
We can
You
hear
first,
it, right?
you first heard it, and you look around. You don't see anything. The range of your shield does not
yelling
extend
at a
that
tree.
far, but you clearly hear them talking.
From his... I mean, I see him, right?
You see him, yes.
Yeah. All right. I let my compatriots know. It's another drow.
Like the one that stole your things, our things.
I mean, they could be working together. I don't know.
Not the same one though.
No, definitely not the same one. He didn't have a a hat.
Ask him for what reason do you need this dwarf?
I mean, he's in common. You can speak to him just because you can't see him.
I don't know what direction.
You can hear where it's
Yeah.
from, right? Can we hear like the area it's coming from?
Vaguely.
Obviously, we can't see like that's the guy right there, but like
All right.
You can vaguely
Well,
hear the
when I
direction
say
he's yelling.
over there.
When I say there's a drow, I'm like, there's
All right.
another drow.
So,
And I
what's
kinda
your business
point
with the dwarf?
He belongs to us.
And who is
Our
us?
business is our own.
he doesn't belong to
to him. He's not a piece of property,
He
jackass.
doesn't belong to anybody.
He doesn't belong to anyone. Exactly.
Says you stink blood.
Says you, knife ears.
And whom are
You
you,
see him
representing?
smirk when you say that. He goes, "If you want to interfere in the eye's business, that's your own." And does a 20 hit your AC?
Oh yeah.
This glob
Oh, you bastard.
impacts you and detonates into this sticky webbing that just completely covers Angus. We're going to need a battle mat. Okay. Well, first I need initiative from everybody.
No, you don't. We're gonna be diplomatic about this. Why? Yo, this is like the 5th one in a row.
Must be nice.
All right. So, Angus,
Can we come back to me?
we'll get to you eventually.
A big fat one.
Wow, that's good.
Hey.
Plus your one.
Yeah, plus my
So the only person that can see
not existence dexterity.
No, for you, you had your AC.
You had dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So the only person that can see this situation is the like one.
You have your light on as well.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you have
Val?
I got a 10.
flashlight shield.
Which, by the way, let me just say this: it's like the 4th or 5th 10 that in a row.
And Meilin.
15.
I think this thing.
Is it
I don't know
broken?
why. Yeah.
It's rattling.
I'm here looking at the camera.
That's what happens when you buy a weighted dice from Wish.
First up, Angus, you turn and look to see what hits you. Looking at the webbing all over you, you see coming from your right now the clattering of a beautiful
I think it is.
giant spider.
I think that answers our question.
That's just sort of snapping its mandibles at you. And another glob goes soaring right over Val's head. As it's, you see it kind of shift back onto its hunches, firing and just kind of looking at you.
Can I see it? Do I see it?
You don't see it. You see the glob fly over, looking around. You unfortunately still do not see it from where it's at. And then, Meilin, a 17 hits your AC, yes?
No, not with the +1 that I get.
Yep.
Ah.
For the ring.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of
Fire
coming, another globule coming right at you. You quickly shuffle your feet as it impacts where your feet just were standing. You see another spider move right into the periphery of the light cast from Val's shield.
So that one I can see.
You can see what you're estimating to be
Like
a
shadow
massive spider, but
figure
yes,
thing?
It's,
Okay.
it's more shape. It's more undefined shape than
It's
anything.
a bunch of branches just moving.
Shooting webs at me.
But
It's just in web trees.
It's just you need to make that.
Web tree?
Yes.
a 14 doesn't get through your AC.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So this crossbow bolt tinks off of your shoulder pad, and you look over, see another drow lurking in the darkness there, looking angrily at you.
Good.
Meilin, you're first up.
So this one that's I can barely see. I know it's
It's just
there-ish.
yeah, it's just at the edge of what you would be able to see here.
Okay. So if I ran over to it, I could know that I would be fighting something.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna run over and attack the one I can see.
Okay.
Does a 18 hit?
An 18 does, in fact,
Actually,
hit.
it's 19. Sorry.
19 does also hits.
Okay, good. Sweet.
So let's see the damage on that.
All right. And then I'm gonna do flurry blows after. So
You tell them.
yeah. Shit. 5 damage.
5 damage. All
Least
right.
amount that I can do.
At least you didn't miss.
Yeah, that's true. That would be the least amount I can do. It would be 0.
That's true. So you land a solid hit with your bow staff. The creature hisses at you, going in for more hits.
Yes, so I'm going to attack again, this time with the flurry blows, knocking it prone if I can. If I
Okay.
succeed, or it succeeds. Sweet. 23.
That will connect. Let's see the damage.
It's like I see something right here. Come, come, come.
Punch it all 8 eyes.
8 damage.
8 points of damage. Very nice.
It's like my staff ain't doing enough damage. I gotta punch
And then
it.
it needs a dex saving throw.
Start poking.
Okay, a dex saving throw?
Yeah.
Right. That is a 22.
Okay, so it's not prone, but it did take damage. And then I have one more attack.
Ugh.
Okay.
23 again.
It connects.
Sweet.
I'm waiting for the crit that we haven't
Crit.
had in like a while.
Damn it. 5.
5 points
So
of
I've only done
damage.
18 damage. Sorry, guys.
Only in one round. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, only in one round.
Good.
You come in with the staff, and as it kind of rears back from the hit, you come in with the uppercut, trying to knock it prone. You see it kind of skitter on its back legs a little bit, anchoring its position down. Frustrated, you just come in with the roundhouse, clocking it solid, and it's just in your face.
I did so low because I couldn't see very well. It's a little dark.
And
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go last.
Oh, okay.
say,
No problem.
I know a 14 also does not hit you.
No, sir.
You look over, you see another angry drow lowering its crossbow over here.
You say we see, but I don't think I believe you. Do
He
we?
sees.
Okay.
So, yeah.
This is like game question, not battle question. Your thing is a concentration, right? The cast light thing? Okay, so you can only hold it at one at a time? Alright, just curious.
Are you here for us or for the DM?
That was a DM question to Rob.
We are to Val.
For those that couldn't hear the rocks rattling in my head, I was nodding yes.
I don't see any of. I mean, do I see any of the creatures? Like with the light?
You don't see them. You have a vague notion of where they are. If you were to, for instance, try to make a ranged attack at something, it would be a disadvantage.
Can I move the Econite to that archer or whoever that one is behind the
This
side?
one here?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, you can.
So the answer to that actually is no. Light is not a concentration spell.
Yes.
Can you cast it on multiple things?
Nope.
Okay.
Only one. And I will attempt to attack him through the Econite.
Okay, the attack is at disadvantage
I want it to
because
be
it
Green
is
Lantern.
dark and you can barely see.
Alright, cast it on my
That's
ring.
an 11.
Because you can do that, right?
So the 11, because that was a 19. Jesus. 16.
16 does connect.
Yes.
How cool that would look like punching. Light coming out of my
That's
head.
6. That's 11 points of damage.
11 hit points of damage. You come in. You can tell, guiding your Echo Knight, that the Spectre's weapon makes deep contact as it cleaves into this drow. And you barely can see through the darkness. It sort of hunches down, holding its side. It's still up.
I mean, how many feet did I move?
You moved it 30 feet?
Yeah. 30 feet?
Mhm.
Okay, so I can't move anymore. But, I mean, there's no...
Can you cast it on his entire Econite?
Do what?
No, it's not an actual thing that I can touch.
No. So I'll just take point in front of Angus, so in case another arrow attempts to actually come through
Okay.
from the front person. I'll be right there.
Alrighty. As you step forward, you can just see the slight glint of metal from the drow that you're now standing in, blocking its view from Angus. There's an 18 hit.
It just hits.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit, step in front of me. I appreciate it though.
15.
15. The bolt punctures through your armor, and you can feel once again that tinge of drow poison, but you push back through it this time. And you see the haze on your eyes creeps in, but you push it back down. You still take 6 points of damage from the bolt, but you are not poisoned.
Ah, Jesus. That will suck again. Okay.
That is another miss as the tink, Angus, you hear and then feel the bolt ricochet off your shoulder pad from behind. You glance over, you see another drow creeping through the shadows, looking angrily at you.
So Italian, I guess. Just for 3 random dudes and a dead.
Meilin,
comatose
you
one.
hear the whistle as a bolt
Maybe we should just
is
give it
flying past your ear.
sarcasm.
You look back, you can see the shape moving in the darkness of what you assume is another drow.
Would Angus leave him?
And
My rogue would.
I need a Constitution saving throw at advantage from you.
18.
18 saves.
Yay!
And that is a total of 4 points of piercing damage as a crossbow bolt finds purchase in your armor.
Okay, fair enough.
And finally, we are to Angus.
Oh wow, I get a turn.
You are currently webbed, so you are restrained.
Okay. And to break that would be a full action,
It
correct?
would take your action to try to break through it.
Okay, then I will do that.
Okay, need a strength check from you.
That is just strength. Just straight
Just
strength.
straight
or-
strength check.
So that is a 13.
13 is just enough to tear through the webbing.
Good.
So you are free.
All right. So bonus action, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
In between the two guys that are to my back, right? The two that are closest to you.
Okay.
I want to put my spiritual weapon right in between them two.
Right. What, here?
If we start getting knocked,
No, between
Or-
those two
okay,
guys.
between
Yeah.
these two?
Yeah, because those are guys I'm going to be attacking with.
Okay.
I know with the
Excuse me.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So the guy directly to my hammer's left,
Okay.
60.
that is the one that it will attack.
Okay.
Okay,
I can
so
spend a
it
key
won't.
That does a total of what on the attack?
9.
Unfortunately, 9 does not find purchase.
Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to do my divine feature, the Blessing of the Forge, and bring my AC back up to 19.
Okay. Alrighty. Your armor glows
So-
as if heated for a second, and then looks like it cools back down. We are to the top.
question.
Yes.
While that was happening, that glow, did I
Mhm.
catch a glimpse of any other people and their position where they might be?
At this point, you have a vague notion of where they are. It's still difficult to see, being as how dark it is out here.
Is there a hammer there? That's your spiritual weapon, right?
Yes.
Yes. Right. And so, top of the initiative, we have 1, 2, 5, 6. The spider comes skittering over. And you see it kind of rear back on its hunches, just kind of surveying the three of you.
That's a mistake.
And this one over here is going to try to take a bite at you, Meilin.
No.
And that is an 18 to hit.
Barely.
Okay. Does
Crap.
5 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
I forget. Poison.
12. 13, actually, sorry.
13. That saves, so you still take 3 points of poison damage.
So I take 5 and 3, so
Yes. You take a total of 8 damage as its mandibles pinch on you, and you feel the poison come in. You're able to shrug it off a bit.
8. Okay.
Okay.
I don't like to.
We are now to this one over here is going to take position here, firing at Val.
You can see him now.
Yes, you can see him, and that is not going to hit with an 11. Looks angry and frustrated, and we are to Meilin.
I attack the spider.
And that was a crossbow arrow, right?
That was crossbow bolt, yes.
Bolt. Yeah.
Shit. Does a 8 hit?
An 8 does not connect.
Okay.
You bring up the bow staff and you hit its carapace, and the bow staff just bounces off of it.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna go with another flurry of blows, unarmed strike. Or try to. Does do math. 13 hit.
unfortunately does not connect.
Okay.
You get one more if you're doing for.
Oh, that's
for
right.
the
I
blows.
get 3. Yeah, you're
Monks.
Monks, man.
Monks. 18.
And 18 will connect.
Yeah.
Inflicted.
I'm gonna try to knock it prone again.
Okay.
Yay! Does 7 damage.
7 points of damage. And that is a 17 total?
Yeah, that saves.
Okay.
Where's your Echo Knight?
Hmm?
Where's your Echo Knight?
He's fine, not to.
He's up there next to the guy.
Okay. Any movement or anything, or just attack?
Tree.
Can you move now?
No, I'm not gonna move because he would get attacked of opportunity.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Alright, well, the drow in front of your Echo Knight swings with his short sword at the Echo Knight. I'm assuming a 10 does not connect.
Nope.
Your Echo Knight manages to weave just out of the way as it's trying to just get a bead on this specter that's materialized in front of it. And we are now to Val.
Val, I'm gonna move my character towards that guy that shot the crossbow bolt, like right in front of his face.
Okay.
But I will still use the Echo Knight to attack the one that he was attacking, so
Okay.
still a line through the trees that I can possibly see it.
Alrighty.
That's 22.
22 connects.
7 damage.
Okay. The sword comes in as it's kind of hunched, kind of trying to guard its position from the specter. So you have the specter come in with an upswing and just run him through. And you can sense through the Echo Knight as it kind of collapses onto your sword, and the echo fades just a little bit to let the body hit the ground. That's this drow.
Body hit the floor.
It's copyrighted. We can use it.
I was just saying that.
Yeah, no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying.
All right. Anything else, Val?
So I moved forward. I did that. I don't. No, not. I mean, we don't have any. That's it.
Okay. And as you finish moving up on the drow in front of you, as you run, kind of do a half leap off of one of the rock outcroppings to get position, you hear the clatter of another crossbow bolt come from the far drow. As you keep running past it, you hear some sort of exclamation. You don't know the language, but it sounded angry and aggressive. And we are now to this one here, which is going to try to skate around. Does the spiritual weapon get attacks of opportunity?
I don't believe it does.
All right. And
I would say no because it doesn't have reactions.
oh, that's true. It's not. Doesn't count as a creature. You feel another crossbow bolt tink off of your armor. And this one. 6 is going to cut sideways, firing at you as well. And 17 does not connect.
No.
Okay. You hear this angry shouting in this kind of guttural language coming from all these drow, but nothing that you guys are able to quite discern.
What's your languages?
Only drow. That's all I speak.
Here. And a 7 is not going to hit Meilin's AC at all, as the bolt goes arcing past you.
All right.
And we're to Angus.
So my spiritual weapon will go to the first drow that moved.
This one?
Yes, that's within the 20 feet range, correct?
Yes.
Right behind it.
He will attempt to hit him in the back of the head.
Okay.
That is a 14.
14 unfortunately misses.
God, I hate drow. All right, so no, that's his fault. I am going to.
Yes, it is.
the first guy that I saw, the one that was talking a lot of trash,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to get hit with Guiding Bolt.
Oh, let's see it.
Come on, baby. All right, so that is an 18.
An 18 does hit.
If not, he was tucking tail and running. All right. 46 radiant damage.
All right.
So that is 10, 15, 16.
16 damage. So this bright bolt fires out of Angus's, using your Warhammer?
Yes.
Fires out, slamming this drow in the chest. You see the radiant energy just pulse over it. You hear it yell out in pain. It's this faint, glittering magic still surrounds the target, and you guys can both kind of see his shape outlined in darkness.
That's fun. It says the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay. Excellent.
And it doesn't specifically say melee, so I could guide and bolt him again, correct?
Before the end of your next turn? Yep.
Okay.
That is technically on the menu. Okay, so we are now to the top with this fun guy here. Is going to
That is
rear
not a
down.
mushroom.
No.
And he rolls a natural 1 against you, so I'm assuming that misses.
He bites himself.
Yeah, not quite. But you easily dodge out of the way of its attack. And this one here is going to try to web up Angus. So, 16 does not connect.
No, it does not.
So it hits the rock outcropping right here. This
reaction.
splash of webbing. We are now,
He went
as
the rock.
it's going to reposition
Yeah, run away a little bit.
here.
Run away. Deadly boss mats.
And we are
How about I do?
now to the one that has a fighter in his grill. He's going to pull his short sword. And that is a 16 to hit, Val.
16 does not hit.
Does not hit. So you deflect it with your shield. You hear once again this kind of guttural muttering. You still guys have no idea what they're saying, but they are sounding increasingly angry and frustrated.
But I have my tape recorded out, right? So I can listen to it later.
Possibly.
Tape recorder, Jesus.
Wow.
Wow, really showing your age on that one.
As I look into the camera, I'm like,
I'm gonna record it on my A-track.
All right, Meilin.
Attacking the spider again.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does connect.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, let's see the damage.
8 damage.
8 damage as you come up, spinning the staff around and just crack it right between its sets of 4 eyes around its head. And you see its head just cave in. And this bile kind of ushers out of its mouth as it slumps onto the ground.
Awesome. It's dead.
It is very dead.
Alright, so then I'm going to run over to the guy that was trying to shoot at me before.
Okay.
By the rock, the drow that's back there.
Right here?
Yep. I'm going to sprint over to him and attack him in the face.
Alrighty.
Natural 20.
Oh, there it is.
how's a crit?
About time.
Air
Someone's
5
doing
DM.
it.
Am. Alright. Cool.
Wait, I'm sorry, you ran closer to him. You would be
Yeah,
here.
right there.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have to reroll.
Yeah. Yeah, reroll everything.
You're not.
Yeah, no.
That's
and
the
I'm
crit
gonna-
spare space. If you were
That
the
is.
other one, you would have hit a 19.
Of course. So, and then I'll use Flurry of Blows to try to knock him prone.
Okay.
And so I need, can I borrow your triangle? Your D4.
Right.
2 D4s.
2d4 plus your attack bonus.
Yep. So
You should have not used my.
Yeah, I should not have used yours. You're right. So 7.
7 total points of damage. Very
Yep.
nice.
And then he has to do a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. That is
We go 40.
a 16.
Oh,
27.
yes. All right. So
60.
Going in for the second hit.
Yep, my other attack.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Ba, 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 ba.
Shit.
Like this.
5 damage.
5 points of damage. You come in, hitting him square in the face, and you feel your fist drive his nose into his skull, and you can hear the crack as his body just slumps for a moment before falling
The
over.
one
Hell yeah.
all the way in the back.
Got it.
That was the first
Jeez.
one I saw.
Murdered that
Okay.
guy.
And we are now to Val.
Val. So which one's closest to?
I love this monk.
Yeah. No,
He's everything in the
He's
face.
ridiculous.
so
Okay.
closest to Angus. Like, is it the Echo Knight or is it me?
The Echo Knight is here.
Yeah.
You are here.
So we're both
And
basically the
Angus is here.
same.
Roughly, yeah. Yeah, you... No, you guys are the same distance.
Sorry. I had movement left.
Yes, you
Oh
did.
wow.
'Cause that was
I'm sorry.
3,
So he
so
moves
yep.
forever.
Yeah, because I only move, what, 15
15 feet.
Okay, so
You have like another 90.
I just want to move...
On the other side of the.
Um,
He's like, I want to run laps on them.
I want to move over to right in front of Silder. To kind of like...
Silder is back in Phandelin.
I mean...
Yeah, that's where we're trying to get to.
Sorry.
Well, if you want to run the Phandelin, that's fine.
I
with
run
me.
all the way to Phandelin. No,
Just like Imlay. He'll know what you mean.
the dwarf on the ground that's taking a nap.
Okay, so you want to run
Gundren.
here? Do you want to run
Gundren.
closer to Angus?
In between that drow and...
Right here?
Yeah, right. Yes.
Okay.
Right about there. Exactly.
All right. So Val?
Val will move the Echo Knight next to Gundren.
Okay.
Still thinking about your brother.
Yeah. And I'm gonna attack that drow that's right in front of me
Okay.
with a 16 hit.
16 connects.
Okay. With 7 damage.
7 damage. You gut him. And he grabs his midsection. You see this black ichor come out of his mouth as he slumps over, unmoving.
Nice. Bonus action, switch places with the Echo Knight.
Okay.
Baller. Bamfed.
Okay, excellent.
Regroup!
All right.
Now we're like in the Avengers where we all get in
Dun,
the
dun,
circle.
dun. Can we do like endgame look in this?
I was about to say the camera pans around.
Yeah.
It's that Avengers assemble
Assemble.
crowd, the hero shots.
Yes.
And now
Maximum effort.
you see this drow over here. Just gotta cock his head. Clench his fingers. I need all 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws.
We're too close to each other. Okay. Shit.
Yeah. Shit too. What do we need?
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
No, me. How much do we need?
Angus.
17.
17. Okay.
Oh,
And Val.
11.
Okay.
12.
And 12. All 3 of you save. The DC
Wow.
was 11 as you feel.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
outta here.
You see this faint green glow start to wrap around all 3 of you, but then dissipate.
Thank God I have a +7. I rolled a 5. That's why I was like, the ring gives me +1 to dex saving throws, and then I have a 6.
Oh my god.
Because my dex is so high. Thank God.
And you
What'd you
hear
roll? 12?
him
A 5.
yell out
But it's
something
not 12.
that rings out through the trees. And you hear kind of a response from these 2. And they both cast the same thing. I need another dexterity saving throw from all 3 of you.
13.
Okay?
10.
16.
Okay. You see this green energy coalesce around Val, and all of a sudden these faint shimmers of green energy are just rotating around Val. They don't seem to be affecting you in a harmful way, but you now have this weird green shimmer around
They're
you.
gamma rays.
Who's doing it? All of them are doing it?
This one, they responded to whatever he said.
Uh-huh.
The first one up was this one,
Okay.
and cast the spell that's now kind of encircling Val only at this moment. The next one does the exact same thing. I need one more dex saving throw from all three of you. And Angus.
7.
Val.
2.
25.
25. The energy now coalesce also around Angus. Again, it's not harming you, but you're looking around and it's just this faint green
Why the
shimmer.
hell am I glowing green?
Okay,
Yeah,
and
I'm
now,
gonna start freaking out. I'm like,
Angus,
We
your
met.
turn.
Alright, so first off, the original guy that I attacked with a guiding bolt,
Mhm.
I'm going to guiding bolt him again.
Okay.
I have advantage on the attack, thank God. Alright, so that's a 15.
A 15 does not connect, unfortunately.
I was like,
Yeah, that's... Man, that sucked. Alright, so then...
So the faint glittering around
what's
him
going on.
winks out now.
Yep. And so for my bonus action, I will take my spiritual weapon
Mm-hmm.
and clock that other drow.
Okay.
you
See
don't
it.
know about it. Same thing.
That is a 22.
Oh, that will connect.
Woo!
Let's see the damage.
Yeah. 2.
2 points of damage.
Dink.
Poof.
Is that the one that cast the green glowy shit on me?
That was one of the ones that cast the green glowy
Yeah,
shit.
not the one that actually
I
succeeded.
think it was all of them.
Yeah. All three of them seem to have cast the same spell.
I was hoping that was a
Okay.
concentration spell.
All right. Anything else on your turn, sir?
Nope.
I was thinking the same thing.
And we are now to... That thing is dead, so that's out of the order. This one here is going to take a shot once again at you, Angus, with its webbing. And it has advantage on the attack, but does not connect with a 15.
Good. Stupid spiders.
All right. It will quickly scurry over to here.
Is it bad that I can hear it? Yeah. Not a fan.
Can I make it my pet? No, I'm kidding.
You can certainly try. Okay. Now. He's gone. He's gone. In this moment, I need all three of you to make perception checks.
Seriously.
Finally, a 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
Great.
nice.
That's a crit.
9.
9.
Doesn't matter. We didn't credit this one. 23.
23.
8.
8. Val, you start to pick up this. It's very faint, but this stench starts to enter your nose. This rotting smell.
Do I recognize what it might be?
Make an intelligence check.
No, I don't. No, let me see.
I think you should roll your dice.
I should. I just dropped it.
You just like
It
flipped
went like,
up.
Dunk.
Yeah, you literally just went. I turned it.
well, I already rolled it, so.
Your intelligence.
3.
3. It's vaguely familiar, but in the moment you can't place it. Okay, so we are to Meilin.
Can I just yell like, it's vaguely familiar?
So that guy is standing kind of next to a rock, right? How big's that rock?
This rock,
Yeah.
it's sticking up about 3-4 feet in the air.
Okay.
Or, well, out of the
Could
ground,
it
3
give
or 4
me
feet.
like a? I want to run, jump off it, and do it like smash my bow staff down on top of his head.
Okay.
Is that like a?
Or you want to like flip over him or just past
No,
him?
just like if the rock's next to him, kind of just like hop off of it and smash him with my bow staff.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. All right. 23.
23 will connect.
And
Let's
then-
see the damage.
Yes. 9.
9 points of damage. All right. And what else we got?
And then I'm going to attack him again by punching him in the face.
Okay.
Fudge. I'm not. Well, yeah, no. 8.
8 unfortunately does not connect. So
His
you
laughter.
jump, connecting with the bow staff, and as you go to come in with the punch you see, he's off his feet a little bit from the bow staff hit, but he's just out of your reach as you swing. You're unable to connect.
Okay.
Christ's cheese.
So I'm assuming then by that it's not a concentration that he's doing to these two guys with the green glowy stuff, because I just smashed him across the face once.
That would be make an Arcana check to see if you know what's going on.
He did not.
Yeah, 5.
5. You have no idea what's going on.
Cool.
They're
You gotta
green.
Glowy green!
I mean, it's your favorite color. So.
It is. Yeah, it's green.
All right, we are to Val.
Is my Econite close to that guy that's close to the spiritual weapon? Like, can I reach him?
So that is 30 feet, but you can do it.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
And I will personally actually move Val to be... It's still within Gundren.
This one's dead, by the
Yeah.
way. There you go.
Still within Gundren, but closer to that dude right there. The one that Meilin
Where
is
I
fighting,
was.
yeah.
Okay.
Probably where.
How far?
Where I was.
Right there.
Just
Like
right up
next,
there?
no, next to Gundren,
Okay.
but looking towards Meilin and this guy.
All right.
So, and I will attack with the Econite
Okay.
towards that drow.
Okay.
That will be an 11.
11 unfortunately does not connect.
That's it.
Okay. Now, this one here. We'll pull its crossbow, firing at Angus at advantage. And a 19.
19 hits, but my question would
Just-
be, is that, do I have any kind of cover since that giant tree's in the way?
Or the 4-footed, same height as you, rock.
The rock that's like 4 feet high.
I would actually say so.
The one
that
that
would
looks like
give
it's-
you half cover from his range,
I mean, I'm just...
which puts your AC at a 21
I mean,
from that shot.
I'm just talking on my ass. I just don't...
You are talking out your ass, but fair is fair.
Okay.
It's a pretty big rock, and you're a pretty small guy, so I think it works, right?
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
I'm-
it just
He's like this.
I'm proportionate.
To, like, see him.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying.
you do see the bolt,
So is the rock.
which would have come right at your sternum at the last second, skeeting right off the side of the rock, going wide.
Nice.
And hits one of the other guys, right?
The ones laying on the ground, maybe.
Yeah, one of the dead ones.
I'll be saying.
Hits Gundren.
Oh, shut up. Jesus.
And
Okay, Val.
this one is going to attack your Echo,
Yes, sir.
and that is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Winks out of existence.
Can he disappear all cool, like dissolve?
No, he does like it.
It's kind of like fog when you move your thick fog when you move your hand through it. It just kind of folds in the direction of its short
like
sword
the
swipe,
explosion in Rocket League that I hate.
and it moves up to here on Meilin, and then it stops. Meilin, looking over your shoulder, you see him coming at you, and you see it kind of turn, facing this way.
I say, get out of here.
No way. So he's facing that way. Great.
He's like,
Now we got another
is he
one.
Now
looking like
this
he's
one
scared?
is going to attack you, Meilin,
No, thank you.
and that is a 9 to hit. He is not going to connect with his short sword.
He uses a feather.
All right, and we are to
Two-headed troll.
Angus.
Alright, bonus action, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon to follow the drow that was attempting to move.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can clean his clock.
I didn't mind.
How about a 14?
Unfortunately, does not connect.
The spiritual weapon is stupid. I hate it.
I think you need spiritual dice.
Straight from Casadaga.
Every single time that we take a break from playing, this happens.
Oh man, those breaks.
Oh, shucks.
So I am
There's
going
some more
to...
dice you can use.
There's a few there. Yeah, you're right.
So the one that I've been trying to manhandle with...
With the spiritual weapon? Mm-hmm.
No.
Or the one
Yeah,
out in the
but with
distance?
Guiding Bolt back in the corner.
Uh-huh.
You said he has what kind of armor?
From this distance, you can faintly make out that it seems to be some type of metal.
Okay, that's fine, because I'm going to heat it up.
Okay.
Some type of all I needed.
Yeah. Choose a
Some type of
manufacturable
okay.
metal object, such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium metal armor that you can see within range. It causes see.
In the range?
Is 60 feet.
Okay.
Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when I cast the spell. Until the spell ends, it can use a bonus action on each subsequent turn to cause damage again. If the creature is holding or wearing the object, it takes the damage from. It must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. You can't drop your armor.
Okay.
So now it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay, let's see the damage.
So, it's 2d8. Sorry. So that is 5. That is 8 damage.
That is 8 damage.
Nice.
What the heck?
You guys
Cancel?
see in the distance, you see his armor start to glow white hot. And you hear him just start to scream and flail, and he's pulling at his armor, trying to grab the straps.
He's definitely trying.
And this horrendous scream coming from him as he manages to get some of the straps off before collapsing to the ground.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what you get.
Good stuff.
Okay, what else you got?
I'm going to turn around and face the other bad guys that are in the vicinity. I don't see anything else coming towards me.
Okay.
And I will hold my ground.
All right. As you turn and you look in this direction, you can see your spiritual weapon is
It's
right
completely
next to this
ineffective.
drow. This
Right.
drow is not even looking at the weapon at all. Is looking further into the trees, and in that moment, you see
God.
these shambling forms
Hell yes.
come into
Let's do it.
the range of your vision.
Oh,
man.
No.
Those are beautiful.
Zombie.
Whoever painted those needs a raise.
Man.
True.
I mean, you don't get paid anything.
Yeah.
It's worth
0
it.
times 2 is stuff.
But it's worth every penny.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Right, you see the shambling forms start entering at the periphery of your vision. And you guys see them coming. This spider skitters over to Val.
As I see them, I point with my warhammer and I yell out, "Undead."
Okay.
Now everybody knows.
Oh god. That's what they are.
Well, I
And a
don't-
17 does not hit Val.
No. No, sir.
You glance over, you see the shapes, but the spider has your attention. You bring the shield around. You see the sides of its mandibles clamp on the side of your shield as you push it back. And Meilin, you're
Yes. So that guy's still alive?
up. In front of you, yes.
Yeah. He chose to be? Okay. So I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
He chose to still be alive.
He chose to still be alive. That was his decision. That's cocked.
This is a shit to dodge too. I think he hit.
Does 18 hit?
18 connects.
Awesome.
The dice was like
It was
like this,
On
like
the
on the.
line. 7 damage.
7 damage.
7 damage.
So you bring the bow staff up, hitting him in the throat, and you can feel it crunch in as he starts grabbing at his neck, trying to breathe. He's just on the ground, just gagging, gasping for air, but he is out of the fight.
Nice. He chose not to be alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have movement.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to...
Across the graveyard that you're creating.
yes. I'm going to flip around and attack the guy behind me where the spiritual weapon is.
Okay.
The useless spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you said with me too.
And then attack.
Okay.
Another cocked die.
It was like pointing up.
Then it fell.
It fell, so it
It
counts
fell.
now.
It fell, so
So it's a 17 plus 23.
that'll hit.
Okay. No, it literally was like...
But it was funny because it was like
It thought about it for a minute.
it did.
I was like,
quite a while.
which one is it?
All right, and I'm going to... just attack it with punching faces.
Okay.
That's my attack. I just named it. 6 damage? Yes.
All right. Come in and connect. And it weathers the blow. You can see he's looking hurt, but he's still very much on his feet. And we are to Val.
My spiritual weapon connected, he would have been dead.
Yeah, he would.
I'll bring the Econite right next to the
times.
other drow.
3?
Yeah, 3 times it missed.
Here?
Or
Or
like next space available, like within
Did
5
you even
feet.
swing it?
Right there.
Okay.
It's a showpiece,
Switch.
apparently.
Okay.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I just wish it was functional.
I'm gonna attempt to render him unconscious.
Okay. All right. Let's see if you connect first.
Are you using the sharp edge of your blade to render him unconscious?
No, it'll be like dull, right? The dull side, or
The flat.
like the
The flat of the blade.
yeah.
Yeah.
So would still get the same bonus.
Yeah. The attack would be normal.
So it'll be a 20.
That natural or modified?
No, modified.
Okay. Yeah, that connects.
And that would be 9 damage.
9 points of damage. You come up, ready to run through, quickly spin the blade around, and right at that moment, his head bouncing between Meilin, you, takes one glance over, sees the shambling undead forms, and right in that moment, you just crack him right in the back of the head, and his eyes roll back. He just thumps onto the ground. He is down and unconscious.
I look at Val and I'm like, I was gonna do that, but permanently.
I will now move
Interesting move.
in front of him towards the undead.
Okay, how much movement do you have left?
Well, I didn't move. I teleported.
That's
Yeah.
half your movement.
Doesn't that use half your movement?
Once you're trained, you can mentally command the echo to move 30 feet. No, as a bonus action, you can teleport magically. It cost me. So I got 15 left.
Okay. So that puts you here.
No, I'm right in front of him. Like
You were
like
here.
5. Okay, so 10, 15 in front of the next to the stone and in front of the guy. I just want to be in between the undead and the unconscious guy.
Ah, got you. Okay. And we are... He is dead. He is unconscious. Angus.
Alright, I'm going to cast. Where are you? Magic weapon on my axe. Oh,
Okay.
sorry, on my hammer.
All right.
And that is my bonus action. That just makes, for all damage purposes, it's a +1.
Okay.
+1. And all damage that I do is magical.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to move up as close as I can to these zombie son of a bitches.
Lady, you are in melee range of that spider.
That's fine.
Okay. It's going to take an opportunity attack at
That
you.
is fine. I hope he misses.
That is a 19 to hit.
So do I.
Okay, yeah, so it gets me.
All right. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at advantage.
So Constitution saving throw, that's a 19.
Okay. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
That's fine.
Like that's all right.
And
Everything's
you take
okay,
8
okay.
points of poison damage. Okay, and you're moving full speed.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you get here. Alright, and so this thing is going to take a bite at your echo. And that is a 17 to hit.
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
You'll allow it?
I'll allow it.
And it starts skittering at Meilin.
No, thank
And it gets to here, and you can see it start to kind of like rise up, and all of a sudden it just freezes in motion.
Why?
In
Right.
that moment, you hear a familiar voice come out through the trees
I don't like any familiar voices.
that says, I have the spider locked down for the moment, but if you would not touch my workers, I would appreciate it.
Oh,
Okay.
just behind them, you can see now, as close as you are,
Actually-
you see the red robes as Cost is standing behind them.
Meilin says, as long as they don't touch us first.
They will not. I've been looking for you, and it seems other people have as well.
Can I take the opportunity and attempt to kill the spider?
Some of those people aren't around anymore.
And you run back at the spider.
I'll Econite, teleport, so
So
up
you
here,
swap.
and try to stab it from right below.
Okay, go ahead. The attack has advantage.
Thank God.
That's crit.
It's a crit.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Whoa! Yeah, thank you.
Hey, he's like, I feel left out. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna leave you hanging.
I know. I was like,
I mean,
I just want to see how far he'd stretch.
do I get to turn around and make my attack as well?
Yeah, both of you guys want to
advantage.
jump on at the same time. Go ahead and
Yeah,
make
I mean,
an attack
it-
roll before you roll damage.
it
You
tried
make
to-
your attack roll.
I tried to run and bite.
Oh, you got it. So hold for a moment.
Does 15 hit it? You said it with advantage?
Yep, with
Oh,
advantage.
okay, cool. No, the other one was better. 15.
15. All right, that will connect. How much is the total damage?
so bonus is on one die, so that will be 12 total.
12 points of damage. As you go in to stab the spider, Meilin comes running over, and you see him do a roundhouse. And for a second, you think he's trying to kick your sword out of your hand, but the pressure isn't sharp. With his leg, helps drive your hand, and you go right through this thing's thorax. You're buried up to the elbow in it, and you just see its eyes flickering, and then the little bit of malevolent light in it that you can see goes out. It's still frozen in that moment, and then its body just slumps over.
Take out the sword and immediately go towards Gundren
That's
and protect him.
teamwork.
Okay, and we are now.
I can't believe that the last one is like, click, 20.
Yeah.
Alright, so you run over to protect Gundren, who's still laying on the ground. And the zombies don't move any closer, but Cost walks around them. Almost casually, looking at the carnage that you all have wrought.
As he's walking around, I need to get as far away from the undead as possible. So I'm
Okay.
gonna grab the drow that he knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Just pick him up by his foot and drag him back over to where Gundren's at.
Okay. So you drag him back over to Gundren.
Right, he may have hit his head on that rock accidentally, of course.
Just thump. And Meilin, what do you do?
You were just going over to Gundren?
I just wanted to make sure he's still there.
I'm gonna go to stand next to Gundren, kind of in the same spot that I was the first time.
Okay. And Cost, he's keeping about 30 feet of distance from you all. He's not getting close, but he's just standing with his staff.
I want to walk backwards while facing him and the zombies the entire time. So as I'm going to Gundren, I'm just walking backwards.
I hope you
I hope you try that.
He keeps the zombies as far back as they were. They're
I
not
just wanted to
moving.
keep an eye on them.
Considering my last encounter with him,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's in anybody's best interest that I'm here dealing with him. While you guys deal with him, I'll go around and start looting bodies.
Okay.
Yo, that's fine.
Just because I don't agree with 1000% of what this guy's about.
Right.
That's fine.
I don't either.
So it's best for
but,
the
yeah.
party if I'm not involved.
Okay. As I'm walking back, because again, I'm just kind of slowly. It's more of we don't know who wants Gundren,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just to make sure that because he can't protect himself, defend himself, or any of that. So while I was walking back, I kind of just talked to Custer and just what brings you to this part of the woods.
You three, actually. I've been looking for you, as apparently as well as these drow. They paid me an unpleasant visit, and They seem to have the same interest in you as they did me.
They wanted to.
Then why are they still standing when they got here? They wanted this.
This was not all of them.
Oh,
Some of
my
them
God.
I left at the dig site. And he turns around and you can see one of them is a drow that's
Zombie.
missing half of its head. He said, I had to find a replacement to most of my workforce. Let's say I need to build a new one should I return to that site, but I think I learned as much as I could at that location.
I have a question.
And I possibly have answers.
This supposedly maybe the same group or somebody that has to do with the black spider attacked us prior the other night, and the ogres that attacked us, they had the same marking that you showed us from the dig site.
Yes. They are apparently some sort of renegade drow faction. I believe they call themselves the Servant of the Eye. They use that symbol. I offer no hostilities to you three. I offer an alliance of sorts. Is your friend okay? And he looks over as you're kind of digging through the pockets of the fallen drow.
Which one?
I'm starting the furthest away.
No, I asked him
Oh.
which one, like which friend. Because we have Gundren who's unconscious.
He gestures over at Angus.
Angus, okay. He's just exhausted from the fight.
I mean, let's be honest. You're a necromancer. He's a cleric. You guys don't really get together that much well, so it's better
He
that
does not see eye to eye.
he does not.
He did seem a little disquieted when we first met. Maybe this will help. And he turns around and he looks at the zombies that he's got standing in a row, and the zombies get down on their hunches and start digging into the ground. He goes, they'll dispose of themselves. It will just be, I guess, the five of us. And he looks over and he sees Gundren. What is with the dwarf?
Friend of ours. Original mission. We were looking for him.
Ah, so your job is now done. I remember you mentioning a brother.
Haven't found him. Have you heard anything?
I have not.
When you were attacked by the drow previously, did they happen to have any packs or any sacks or satchels on them that might not have belonged to them? We are missing quite a bit of.
Don't imagine that they purchased most of their items from a store, but most of them seem to be drow make. Are you inquiring as to something?
Yeah, we were missing pretty much all of our traveler's gear. And we were visited by one of the drow, could be the leader, in the night. And as we were fighting these trolls we had mentioned, all of our things were gone when we got back.
Did you have anything of interest to them?
Probably lots of things of interest, yes.
I mean, he might be exaggerating, but I don't know what particular they will actually be trying to find. Because they just asked us for our friends, basically.
It didn't seem like they were looking for something specific, unless they were, but just took everything anyway.
You see him kind of drop his head a little bit, his eyes kind of darting back and forth, clearly mulling everything over. Have you found the location of the Forge of Spells yet?
We haven't been there.
That would be what this spider is looking for. He needs it.
This one? And I point to the one on the ground over there.
No, they seem to have a leader who calls himself the Black Spider.
We
Where,
heard
where?
of him. Yeah.
Hmm.
Is he causing trouble in your neck of the woods?
He seems to be the one who removed an item from the site I was exploring.
Any ideas to what it might be?
Regrettably, yes. I've been able to define there was something hidden there. Something the original builders wanted to keep secret, so they hid it down in a well. It was a relic.
What can you tell us about this black spider? You seem quite... You have certain abilities, let's say. In your experience, what would you say if we came up against this, or when we do? Black spider, what can we expect?
Horror and death. If he is seeking what I think he's seeking, he is seeking ruin.
Does it have to do anything with chains?
Chains.
Yeah, I had a nightmare the other night.
You didn't tell me this.
There is a force. More than a god. Less of a reality. It is oblivion itself. These servants of the eye, as they call themselves. And he walks over to the nearest drow that is laying dead near him and pulls open its armor, unclasps the side of it, and pulls open its shirt, and you can see the same triangular scar with a little oval in it that you saw scarred on the ogre. He said, "This is the symbol of oblivion. They worship it. They are trying to call it. The relic the spider took is the keystone to unlocking the prison of oblivion.
How much time do you think we have?
Way, way less than we would need. If he knows where the Forge of Spells is, he could reactivate the keystone. We have to stop him.
Is there any kind of ritual he needs to do?
I would imagine the answer would be yes, but I don't know the details of this.
Up against someone like yourself, how would he fare?
That I don't know. The problem is they seem to move in numbers. If it was simply he and I'm reasonably confident in my skills, but one man does not make an army.
Do you have any means of looking into other people's affairs while they're doing it? Magical means?
I can scry, yes.
If I describe you someone and gave you their name, would you be able to attempt?
It would be difficult if it's not someone that I know, but I can try.
If Grenton is alive, well, Grenton is alive because he's like,
That's what I say. He's still off in the
Yeah.
distance there.
He's big bucket.
if Grenton is alive, he might actually, one, tell us if he's actually alive, and two, if he's nearby Black Spider, he might actually see the surroundings.
True.
Gold Dragonborn, missing a hand, tail. And I describe him in full total, like what he was wearing and everything. might have been stripped, like what his paladin garments might have been underneath, things like that. And his name is Gwenton. Would you be able to attempt?
We can try. I
Explain
will
to him.
need to rest first. My powers are limited at this moment.
You ever been to the town of Phandelver?
No.
So it's south east, right? Southeast from the direction we're traveling.
This is the town you asked me to avoid.
Well, if you keep a low profile, we might be able to not only resupply.
Yeah, when you say that, he just kind of opens his arms a little bit. He's wearing these very extravagant red, very distinctive robes. I'll do my best.
Well, you don't. Do you have a place to rest?
I can make a camp, but given the circumstances, if I return with you three under your protection.
I interrupted. Val, you can get him in. No problem with your pull through the town. However, we have in need of our friend here. Is there anything you can do so that he is able to make it there on his own? We've been carrying him this long way.
We have to stop at Phandelver. We have to resupply before we leave anywhere.
Can you heal
You
him?
mean your sleeping friend there?
Yes. He hasn't woken up in days. Is there anything you can do, even in your current state?
Kind of taps his staff once, and this 5-foot disc forms underneath him and levitates up 3 feet,
So cool.
holding Gundren's body.
Oh.
Yes. That's a pretty rudimentary one. I can take care of that for you. And he glances back, and you see that at this point the zombies that have been digging into the ground, they have dug pits deep enough that dirt is just starting to come up out of these pits. And he does this motion, and you see these hands come up out of the pit and start pulling dirt into the holes. He says, I can come back for them when I need them, but they would not be a good idea to bring into a simple town.
No, please don't.
So,
Before
Shall
we
we?
accept, before we say yes, 100%. Let me ask you one last thing. What are you planning to do once you actually attempt to stop him, bringing this oblivion? How does this affect you?
I was merely researching it. I have no interest in the aims of whatever this cult is. I'm merely an academic.
You mentioned the first time we met that not only would oblivion be bad for all of us, but you is particularly, and it would affect your work and things that you do. What interest would you be in preemptively stopping before it happened?
I think that would be best. I doubt we'd be able to do anything if they are successful.
So we have a kind of an enemy of my enemy can be my friend. To a degree.
Can you please not engage with Angus?
I have no intention. I understand to an extent his feelings. This is merely me making the best use of what I was trained to do. This was not a life that I originally chose, but out here on my own, I have tools at my disposal, but I have no interest in pursuing anything nefarious. I'm merely a curious person who has no interest in being overseen anymore.
You don't happen to have rope with you.
What would you need rope for?
And I just look at the unconscious.
Ah,
Trial.
yeah.
Do you want to go talk to Angus?
So I start to walk towards Angus to kind of relay everything. So is he like just over there with the body?
Yeah, he's still just rifling through the bodies. As you walk off, you see one of the zombies stop pulling the dirt into the hole,
Please only throw the rope.
and it kind of crawls out, and it slowly shambles over to Cost, and it hands him some rope that it has strapped to it, and then it ambles back into its hole, and he tosses it to you.
I just freak out.
I walk up and Angus is like,
La 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 la.
So while that's all been going on, go ahead, you roll for me an investigation check.
At advantage. Because you had a lot of time.
Yeah, right.
he's over there singing a very dwarven
17.
song.
You find that each of them carry a light crossbow, or I'm sorry, a hand crossbow. You found a grand total so far of about 30 bolts.
30 bolts.
Each of them also carries a short sword. And they all seem to be dressed in chain shirts. You haven't found any money on any of them. You did find 2 pieces of dried tack.
Yeah.
And a few of them you found just rifling through the same scar pattern on their sternums.
Okay.
So I walk over to Angus. Find any brewer's kits?
I start laughing. I'm like, no. And I turn around. That's when I see Gundren being levitated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I start
So-
walking
and I-
like real fast.
And I say, so hold on.
You're allowing him to do this to Gundren?
He's actually helping us with Gundren. So I asked him if there was anything he can do. So
Oh, yeah,
that way
just
we don't have to carry...
Make him a zombie.
No, that's not what he's doing. So we've kind of made a pact, Angus, and I know you're not going to like it. However, in the circumstances, we need all the help we can get. So in his travels before coming here, it seemed to have... He came to warn us about these drow. He was already attacked by the same group, and apparently there was a lot more than just this. Wearing the same markings across their chest.
And I pick up the drow and I'm like this?
Exactly like
And I
that.
slam his head back down.
You hear this crack as the skull hits a rock.
And I'm just like, yes.
Like, in all
Exactly.
fairness, he attacked first.
He sure did, and that's why the other ones have joined him. 100%. He is going to be helping us temporarily. From what he's explained, if the Black Spider gets his hands on what he is hoping to accomplish, that means oblivion for this entire world. And now our newly found acquaintance is helping us to prevent this oblivion from happening. He sent his workers home, if you'd like to say, so they will not be joining us. However, he is able to help us with Gundren and getting him back safely to Phandelver. He wishes no ill will against us. And if at the slightest moment I think otherwise, your hammer and my bow staff will make sure that he does not forget it. Deal?
I really don't have much of a choice.
This is also true. But we've been assured we're on the same side temporarily.
You've been assured by someone who uses the dead for their own means.
Yes. And as gross as...
It's a very, very big conflict of interest for me. And if it comes to saving his scrawny hide or a burrito, I'm going after the burrito.
Well, as long as we can split it.
That's fine.
You don't have to like him. You don't even have to fight for him.
Oh, I won't.
But you can fight for us. We're on the same page until he makes otherwise decisions. But
I'm with you guys until we reach the town. Then I don't want nothing else to do with this guy. This is the second time that I've had to deal with him,
I understand.
and that was the last time we saw him. I said the last time I see undead, I was going after him.
Yes.
I mean, fair is fair. I have to be a dwarf of my word.
I respect your allegiance, and
And as of now, my allegiance is to you and Val.
I agree. So let's go back to Phandelver. Let's get Gundren to safety. Let's rest up.
He does not take a watch alone.
That's fine. I'll take watch with him.
Yeah, I don't think I would trust me with him either.
No. And I'm okay with that. Just,
We're technically not.
if he keeps his word, will you give me yours? That he will not attack first.
I won't start it, but I'll sure as hell end it.
Fair enough. And then I start walking back.
Okay.
And I kind of, as I'm walking back, I'm coming at the angle of Val, and I just kind of give him like the nod so he understands, like, okay, we're good.
Is Koss looking at me? Because I'm looking at him.
Kost's eyes have been bouncing between all three of you. He hasn't lost track of any of you.
All right. I'm dead set looking at him, and I'm unhappy. Does he see me? I pick up the drow's arm, and I wave it. Slam it down, and I start walking towards him.
He can do the same trick too.
You see Kost kind of watching him. Huh. Your friend has a bit of an anger problem.
I mean, as long as he understands the reason why he feels that way,
Friend hasn't done dead.
we'll be okay. For now.
For someone who respects the dead, he's doing interesting things.
How do
None
we-
of my business.
How did we get from trying to find Gundren, that was our main job, to losing my brother, and now world extinction, oblivion?
You said your brother was a dragonborn.
Yeah.
Dragon blood is extremely powerful. Your brother's part to play in this may be a catalyst.
We need more people on this. If this is as big as you say it is, we need a lot more people. Once we get to the town, we'll let the Lord's Alliance know everything, and we're gonna take off and see what we can do. While they get there, maybe as reinforcements.
Well, we shall see, won't we?
We can't rest right now. We gotta continue our path.
I'm okay continuing. Is
And
the town, how far away is it?
it was about half a day now. If we're still going in the right direction.
What time is it now, Paul, roughly?
It was just after dark. You guys hadn't even gotten ready to
Take a rest.
take a rest. You guys decided to continue moving
Yeah.
through the night, but
We
it
might need to
hadn't
take a
been dark
rest.
very long.
Gotcha.
So it's like 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So we would easily be there by first light.
Not only that, maybe a little bit earlier. If we can find the right place.
Can we check and see if we're going in the right direction?
Is there a moon tonight?
There is a moon. Go ahead. Who's navigating?
Not it.
I'm okay.
Unless you want me to try. I have a +4
Oh.
survival.
I'm gonna try to look for
Try.
the moon. I'll do.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a survival check.
Can we all just kind of like figure out where we're at as like a moving party? Since we're all
You
like,
can also try to give me a survival check as well to see.
21.
16.
16. Okay. You guys.
I survived.
5.
5? Okay.
It's dark.
You
there,
guys have
sorry.
slightly different ideas as to what direction to go in.
We both agree that Val's wrong. We turn him around.
We do both agree that Belle's wrong.
It's this way.
Koss just watches you three.
It's like a Three Stooges kind of thing
I'm
that's happened.
following you three. Lead the way.
I wrap up Gundren in his dwarf Bjorn and flip him on my back.
And we
As
have,
you pull him off
floating.
of the disc.
He's
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
but we have the drow with us, all bound, right?
You bound up the drow. Did you throw
bind
him
him?
on the disc as well? The disc is big enough to hold 2 people.
So not only that,
Mm-hmm.
unarmed, completely like stripped, maybe just loincloth. Cause I don't know, I have this bad experience with this DM one time that hit a dagger somewhere, but
Yeah.
so
think that
I
I
it
don't know
was
what
like,
DM that could possibly be.
that was the worst thing.
In game, guys. In game.
So you strip him down to his short clothes.
everything, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that there's no.
You give him the full once over.
I mean, do you check for daggers?
He has nothing.
Everybody's like,
I mean, hey, that was as written.
He has nothing on him at this point, so you secure him with the rope, and you guys meander for a little bit, kind of weaving again through the woods here in the dark. But several hours pass. You think it's taking possibly longer than it should, but as first light starts to come through the trees, you pass over a small hilly rise, and there before you, in the faint light of morning, is Phandelver. Thank you for listening to House of Crit Presents The Lost Mine of Phandelver. Join us next time as the adventure continues. If you like our content, please like, share, and comment. For more House of Crit, you can join us at houseofcrit.com and on our YouTube channel. Click on the links in the description below for more Dungeons & Dragons content, and be sure to check out Behind the Screen, a roundtable discussion featuring the Dungeon Masters of House of Crit.